Ollie was always smiling. Very, very rarely would you see him not smiling. He was a wee mischief maker. You could always tell it in his face. He was planning something or plotting something, or he would look at you with a wee smirk in his face.
Ollie was diagnosed with a condition called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Essentially, it means that he was born with half a heart. He would undergo multiple open heart surgeries to prolong his life. It is a palliative care treatment. Unfortunately, there is no permanent cure. Some children with the condition that Ollie's born with do live a long life and then, proceed on to transplant at some stage. But unfortunately, that just wasn't how our story ended. When he was 12 weeks old, he had a stroke, and from the stroke then he was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and epilepsy. So the cerebral palsy did affect his movement, but he certainly ploughed on and gave it his all. Getting him to walk was a fantastic achievement. He just took everything in his stride, and it was just amazing to watch.
And bearing in mind the difficulties that he had with the surgeries and the stroke, the damage to the brain, if he was sitting there in the chair in front of you, you'd hardly know just to look at him if there was anything wrong with him.
My initial thought was hospice, and you think automatically, well, I thought anyway, end of life care. But the reality of it was completely different.
When we read up about it, when we found out a bit more about it, it was all the things that we could do that we never thought we could do. For so long in hospital, we were told that he would never leave the bed. He could never leave 24-hour nurse's care. And I remember thinking in the hospital, was there some way that we could maybe raise funds to have a nurse come with us to go to swimming or to do things, because we wanted to try and make memories that we didn't think was going to be possible.
Julie came out to do hospice from home, and it was just a time where she would have bathed him, taken him for a walk, prepared all his medicine, and I could have maybe went and got a grocery shop, something that is done every day. But whenever you do have a child that's terminally ill, to do the daily things that you don't think about is so much harder. So myself and Damien did 1 or 2 sessions, but we felt that Aria, our eldest, kind of needed the priority of that service. It's hard as a parent to grieve, but it's very hard to watch your children grieve, and at such a young age.
With the bereavement counselling, it was like a tie back to normality, because when Ollie passed, that was the beginning of a change of our life in many ways. The minute we lost him, all the nursing care and all's all removed, and it's like a complete change of life, whereas the hospice coming and having that known face actually was a bit of a continuity, and it sort of reminded us of how life was. Even though it was difficult having him with his condition, it was still the best days of our life.
Hello.